Welcome back to Dos and Toss, Season 6, Episode 12, and it's another week, and it's another full couch, 4 on the couch. We've got a special guest, as all our guests have been, Charlie Efron. Charlie, welcome to the show.
Yeah, thanks, boys. Yeah, really excited.
Not
sure what to say.
No, it can be tough. A lot of people say that they want to come on the podcast, and I say, it's not easy when there's a mic and there's a camera in front of you. You know, you go blank. It's a bit harder. And now Brodie, Dean, and I are veterans, so I'd hope that we'd be more adept to speaking on the mic.
Chase, you mentioned this is a full couch night, which it is. We're all quite tight and cozy next to each other. This reminds me of the introduction to Friends. How they all lie on the couch at the start of the show?
Chase would know. He doesn't watch TV shows.
I've seen Friends here and there.
Jeff, you know what I'm talking about?
Yes, I know what you're talking about.
But we've done it like so many times.
Maybe we could crack our own intro of that.
We could do our own.
Couch, but
Yeah.
Dean, how's your weekend?
Yeah, it was good. You were heavily involved.
I was.
Which was nice on the one hand, but also on the other hand, would have preferred to see a bit less of you after the Melbourne game.
Why?
Why was he
I was not
involved?
annoying about it.
No, you actually weren't. I think most Hawthorn fans just conceded that loss at selection, and then that was emphasised during the game. And after the game, Chase was fine. I'm just a bit of tongue in cheek, but yeah, the boys on the chat wanted you to have a real crack at me, Kai, Shag.
More Shag, to be honest.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can imagine.
That's just not me. I don't feel like I kind of get into people after a win.
Yeah.
Charlie, your boys actually got a win. Finally, the Blues are back.
Yes, very much like one of those emotional wins, just like when we got Tegan. So definitely reminded me of that. Yeah, it was good. Obviously, a quick little sugar hit win, like a lot of people are saying. And yeah, I think we are a very emotional club, so there is a chance that we go on a bit of a run, but there's also a chance that it is just the one win for a while. So I guess try to enjoy it. But it was good. But you know, we're 2-8 right now, so it's a pretty bad start to the year still, which won't forget.
The new coach bounce. It's common in almost every sport that it seems after you sack a coach the next week or the team gets a win, which is it's a really interesting mental side of the game. And watching it, I was like, wow, like finally Patrick Cripps has stepped up in the last quarter when you've needed him. Like the first 9 rounds, you've been crying out for a leader to just take the game by the scruff of the neck when the game's close, and it just has never happened. Yet this week, you sack Voss. What's the mental side? Like, why is Patrick Cripps and co all of a sudden lifting in the last quarter without Voss there?
Yeah, I mean, we are a very emotional side. I'm sure you guys would have seen the amount of 5-goal runs we've given up in the last. I was trying to see how many times. It's ridiculous the amount of times we've given up 5 goals in a row in a game, especially this year. So yeah, obviously the coach coming in, there was going to be some crazy change, whether it was we're going to get killed or we win that game. It was something crazy was going to happen because we are a very emotional side, which is pretty hard to watch as a fan when you know you're up by 40 points and they kick one and you're like, oh well, you know anything can happen now. But yeah, I mean, obviously it was good to see Cripper like that, and it's pretty funny considering everyone was kind of bagging him last week, even though he'd been fine this year. There's other boys that need to be stepping up. And yeah, I was happy to see him play well, but yeah, like I said, it's I hope he stays because the way we were treating him as fans was pretty poor considering you know how good he's been for us. But yeah, obviously it was good to see him.
Yeah,
stand up.
You've referred to yourself and the club being emotional quite a few times in those sentences. You're one of the more passionate Carlton and AFL fans going around, I'd say, from what I know of you. Have there been any moments where you've gotten a bit teary or cried after games, whether it's after a big win or a big loss?
I wouldn't be too many wins. There's definitely that Collingwood game, I'm sure, 2022, that wasn't crying, that was more just stunned. With the fact that, you know, I could name so many in the last 4 years says a lot. But yes, I am a very much emotional fan. Like with the Collingwood game, with the St Kilda game a couple of years ago, the Jack Higgins goal, I was actually watching like the ending outside the stadium because I just can't deal with the stress. which is, it's not great as a footy fan to not be able to sit in the stadium, but it happens more than you think. I could. What was the question?
Mate,
Have you teared up after a game?
Oh, yeah. I mean, more in sadness. Not too many. Like the Melbourne game was good, but it was a semi-final. I wasn't crying after that, but more like the Collingwood game, and there's definitely been some sad tears. I don't cry about it, but yeah.
So if it's a close game, you leave the stadium and what? Open your phone onto KO, 5 minutes to go? Take me through it.
I just refresh the scores. I can't deal with every little bump, like the free kick or a missed kick. I just have to wait for a goal, and then obviously if it's their goal, it's not great, but it's more just I can't deal with the stress. There's so much pressure in the stadium. I have
supporting the wrong team for that.
Yeah, I know. It does a lot to me, Carlton. So it's not a good team to have that be my situation. That's for sure.
Yeah, it can be emotional. I was pretty happy for Carlton though. Like you've gone through quite a bit, especially this season, and it was nice to see some joyful Carlton supporters at Marvel Stadium.
Yeah,
I was happy for you.
Yeah, like it was like a grand final celebration. Like I saw where I was sitting, you couldn't really see how up and about, but on TV it looked like we just won the flag, which is generally what it's like after we win a game.
Yeah. Good. Just earlier on Saturday, D's got a massive win over Hawthorn, and it's a really weird feeling where I'm at as a D's man, because you don't really know where you're at. You're 7-3, you're 5th on the ladder, but you've also got just no expectations coming into the year, and you don't know how to feel. Like the Gold Coast win was like, okay, cool. Then the Essendon loss was like, all right, we're back to where we are. Bit of a reality check. Then you beat Brisbane, the reigning premiers, and you're starting to think, all right, wow, another pretty big win. And then Hawthorn at the G again, 6-0 at the G, and you're 5th on the ladder. Was there I didn't sit with Dean and the other Hawthorn supporters, but at halftime, went over to the AFL members section, and it was Dean, Kai, Shag, fan favourite at the podcast. Sonny was there. A couple other Hawthorn supporters were there. And it was just me. Goodness. So it was about a 1v7, would you say, Dean?
Yep. Zach and someone else.
Oscar was there.
Yep, Oscar.
Also friend of the pod, 2-time guest.
Nah, but you say that. Why are you confused as to how to feel? Because you're not a contender? Or like, if I was you, I'd be on top of the moon right now.
No, I'm ecstatic. But it's just like it's getting a bit weird. Like, we're not on paper, not a top 8 side.
Like Hawthorn of Hockball 2024 vibes about it?
Yeah, very much so. As in, we're a system. Like, you look at the individual outputs. If you were to say, oh, you're going to beat Hawthorn by 40 points and Cozzie's going to have a quiet game, Gawn will be good, but nothing special. You got an inexperienced forward line. Van Rooyen only kicks 1 goal. Latrell does nothing. Yet you kick 120 points against Hawthorn, one of the best defences in the league. Yes, they didn't have Barris or Gunston up the other end, but Melbourne are also missing some key players. You got Myercheck and Melksham. Those are the 2 experienced players in the forward half. And it's like, gee, I guess all the credit just has to go to Stephen King and the way he's getting Melbourne to play in such a system and with such team balance and spirit as well. And then 2 players that I think also need their dues. I mean, I've been waiting all my life to see Tom Sparrow finally break out.
He's a serious player.
Yeah, kicked that massive goal in the 2021 grand final, and you were just waiting for him to break out. He was the 4th man to Petrarca, Oliver and Viney. Year after year, he just plateaued. He never got better. And finally, he's now hitting his straps. And bit of a big hot take, potentially, but I think he's on the edge, as I saw on SEN. He's on the edge of the 40 for the All-Australian team at the moment. He's having that good a season, and there are stats to back it up. I don't have them.
I think that one gets thrown around too loosely.
There's some pretty impressive stats to back that one up.
Lurking.
Look, I don't have the mental ability to summarize these stats that I've looked at, but maybe I can show you after the podcast.
When we make the squad of 40, you realise how hard it is to actually get 40 players, but I feel like when we talk about it, we will mention a player who's clearly not going to make the All-Australian team, but we just say, yeah, he can make the squad of 40, but it's a tough squad to make. But yeah, that doesn't take anything away from Sparrow. I think he was great, and I think our midfield, their colours were lowered, particularly because of the loss of Nash. I think everyone talked about no Gunston, no Barris, but we haven't missed Connor Nash in ages, and he was a big loss. He's that big body who would have matched up on guys like a Sparrow in the midfield, and he really enables Newcomb and these other guys to get that run, and he was a big loss. You mentioned our outs. We were probably missing the best player from each line, be it Gunston as our best forward, Barris as our best back, Will Day as our best mid, and then we were missing one other serviceable player from that line. So Chol in the forward line, Nash in the midfield, and Scrimshaw in the back line. So there's a lot of outs. You were the much better team, deserved to win. We've had a dip like this at other weeks in the season, and yeah, it's just something to watch. I was a bit confused where Sam Butler was, because it seemed like we were giving opportunities to guys who don't get them, and he's the one I think who could make it. But yeah, about the day, Chase and I arrived at like 3 p.m. at the train station, so that's early on a Saturday for a 4:15 game. It was the most packed train I've ever been on.
Yeah, it was.
There was no breathing space whatsoever. I've been to so many blockbuster games, 80, 90,000. This had 68,000 on a Saturday Arvo, and I've never been on a train more packed than that.
It was until next week.
Until
Collingwood 4:35 against West Coast.
Yes.
Good luck. I'm interested to see.
No, it's at the G.
Oh, they normally make that one at Marvel.
Well, yeah,
Collingwood West Coast.
Pendle's 4:33. You can't.
Oh, is he?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Chase mentioned the 7 of you. You all sitting next to each other?
No.
And we
I
met
was
up
with my
at
fam.
halftime.
No, I didn't mean Chase. I meant the 7 Hawthorn.
Oh.
Oh, no.
Because that would have been one of the more rogue crowds to sit with. I wouldn't be able to focus on the game if I'm sitting next to the likes of Shag, Kai. Kai's fine. Sonny, Oscar, your brother. I haven't seen your brother in a AFL crowd setting, but I can imagine he'd get up at times.
He's pretty tame.
Reserve?
Yeah, that's what I like about the footy. Like, it's very family-centric. I feel like everyone there would have gone with their families and met up at halftime, which is it's nice. But
How do you go to the footy?
Oh,
I'm train?
Yeah, definitely train. Yeah, I go by train. Don't drive in. I go by train, and I probably just go with friends. My family's not as into it as me. I'm like, my brother's into it, but more with friends. I don't know, more of a friends thing for me.
You Carlton fans are like that, I've noticed.
yeah,
I go to the big games with my brother. Like, I'll go round 1, the finals, but I enjoy going with the boys.
So not very often.
Yeah, not very often. 2023, we went to all the finals. But yeah, was it like 80,000? It looked like it was
68, I think it was.
Yeah,
Was it mainly Hawthorn?
Would have been probably like 60-40 Melbourne, just because it was our home game, which is pretty good.
60 Melbourne.
Well, it was our home game, so it would have been probably majority Melbourne. Yeah.
Really?
Sure.
Well, it's our home game, so all our members go.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Interesting. Yeah.
Record home and away crowd for Melbourne Hawthorn.
Yeah.
30 years on from the no merger when
yes.
Hawks and D's were going to merge, and Rabbi Gutnick said,
Nah.
here's a bit of dosh. I don't know the exact.
We're in
ins and outs
Melbourne
of that.
now on the ladder. They're like
Fifth.
Jeez. You would have thought that it would have been a fall off you. Because I remember when
Yeah.
Jack Steele went, I was thinking that's he's kind of going to a shit show right now. And then I was thinking Carlton aren't going to ever do something like that where everyone's got zero expectation for them. Going into like a 2019 season or something where there was no hope, our culture wouldn't allow us to do something like what Melbourne are doing. And I'm pretty jealous of it because you guys, everyone thought you were on the down.
They did. And I didn't really know what to expect. Like, I had low expectations, which is kind of there to watch the young players, see what we can get out of them. But yeah, it's been pretty crazy. And just on Sparrow, I've got some statistics for you to back up my statement. So Sparrow's his last month, 25 disposals, 76% disposal efficiency, 500 metres gained, 7 tackles, 10 contested possessions, 7.25 clearances. So Heaney, Butters, Bont, Baz, Richards, Dacos have all attended more CBAs. Sparrow has averaged more clearances, more average tackles than every top 10 midfielder. And only Dacos, Butters, and Baz have more metres gained. Only Bolton and Clary have better disposal efficiency in the top 10. Player rating-wise, he had a better month than Track, Richards, Dacos, and Clary. So there's some statistics for you to back it up. Let's see where it goes. Could just be a bit of a purple patch for him. But him and Disco Turner as well, I think he's becoming a serious player in the back half. And Charlie, you just led me on to my shit day to be. It's a shit day to be a senior coach under pressure, and specifically Brad Scott, because of what you've seen with Carlton, with the new coach bounce, and what you've seen with Melbourne getting rid of Goodwin and refreshing. And Brad Scott is not necessarily a new coach. He's done his thing at North, didn't quite get there, made a couple of prelims, and now he's had a couple of years at Essendon, and they've really only gone backwards since he's came. They've only gone backwards. And it's really disappointing to see the crowd numbers at some of the Essendon games, some of the Richmond games. Like, these are powerhouse teams. Last week, Richmond versus Adelaide, I think there was maybe 20-something thousand, 25,000 at the Essendon Freo game. And I understand they know they're going to lose. It's a rainy day. But, yeah, I don't think that's where we want footy to be when your powerhouse Vic clubs are not getting 30, 40,000 to a home game at the G. Dean, shit day to be?
Yeah, it's a shit day to be Boomer Brent Harvey.
Wonder why.
Yeah, that goes without saying, but I was watching the video the AFL put out on the Pendlebury 400 with the fellow players who've reached 400, and at the start of the video, Boomer just had this look on his face, and you can tell he's upset. Everyone knows he had a couple more years in him, and your man Brad Scott said, I'm not having that. Nah, I'm not having any of that. See you later. But more than that, I think the way Collingwood, and we'll touch on it later, obviously there's been a lot of commotion, but the way Collingwood themselves have got around Pendlebury and celebrated the star player he is, says a lot about them, Pendlebury himself, and I think it casts a light onto North, and it shows that they didn't do enough.
I don't recall there being much for Boomer.
Yeah,
maybe it was like a little logo on the top of the jersey.
They had a logo and everything.
They had a logo, but the fact we can't recall it shows that they didn't do enough.
I remember it was a Marvel game.
Yeah.
This is an unbelievable milestone.
Yeah.
The most games played ever in the AFL, and obviously
the media underplay it.
Yeah, no, we'll touch on the
who's underplaying it. I don't think they're underplaying.
Or maybe they're making a big deal out of the whole resting situation.
The resting and the gold jumper.
Like obviously he has every right and should be playing at MCG where he holds the most games for the stadium.
Yeah.
But yeah, well, I can touch on it now.
Yeah, we may as well.
It's the golden elephant in the room.
Yes, so obviously the golden jersey. He's released his own wine. I'm not made of money, Pendlebury, so can't be purchasing that myself. What else is he? There's a bit of...
Well, I think he's taking some commission that
100%.
is unprecedented.
He's taking 100% of commission of... I think he's going to wear 12 plus jerseys.
That's throughout. 3/4.
3/4, which is crazy.
Hang on, off a lot. 3/4. I'm off once a quarter. How's that going to work?
What if he just does...
there'll be...
12, like
after
puts
like
it
a
on.
goal,
No, quarter time.
Bring it on.
Yeah. No,
he should do it during the game, like on the field.
He's going to
on
have
the field.
No,
yes,
he
he's going to
go
have
off
to.
like
He's not going off 3 times in the quarter.
No, but every quarter as well at the end.
Probably 12. And then they've brought 12 jerseys just in case they can.
Yeah.
Okay. As many on as possible.
So you come off once a quarter. Let's say 5 times for the game. So that's 5 changes. You
Someone
start with 1 and 6.
Get a camera on him.
After every quarter, you get 3 breaks. So that's 9.
There should be a Pendlebury camera for the day.
There should be. So that leaves 3 more jersey swaps, which is going to have to be on the ground.
So Jared Ruffhead's last game or some milestone for Hawthorn, I was right behind the Marvel bench, and we kept seeing him come off, and every time he'd replace jumpers. But I think he would have done like 4 or 5, and they all went to like Hodgie, Liam Shields,
That's
like his
great.
good mates. But 12 seems crazy.
Excessive. But to add on that, I sent something into our Ultimate Footy chat about Caro and Kane making some ridiculous comparison between Pendlebury and Jack Crisp's 300th game, and then also about Buddy kicking... No, what was it? It was about Buddy kicking 1,000 goals, as if they totally forgot that Buddy went out of his way to retrieve the ball from that fan and all that type of stuff. So I thought their take was horrendous, and I actually replied to Forgotten Star's story and was speaking to him about it, and he obviously agreed. The other reason as to why Collingwood is allowing Pendlebury to do this is because he took a huge pay cut this year. Him, Jeremy Howe, and Still Sidebottom are all on big pay cuts. And if you remember, I believe this was in the media last year, he lost just over $2 million from his financial advisor, and that's still being challenged at the moment. So to lose that much money is a big deal. You know, obviously Pendlebury's been in the AFL for a while, but yeah, that's a lot. So this is probably a good opportunity for him to try and get back what should be his. And I was just a bit stunned that the media was having a go at him for doing that.
Yeah. I saw that a little bit. I was like, not sure about the 12 jumpers. Is he being selfish? But then I was like, what am I doing?
Selfish? Yeah.
Like, it's a massive milestone. Like, he can do whatever he wants. Yeah. With the pay cut, though, like, isn't that a little bit fraudulent?
Well, I think it could...
doesn't sound right.
Well, it could have been an incentive. Like, we know you're going to hit your milestone this year. Yeah. You can use that round as an incentive. That's what I was thinking. Like, that's
a bit fraudulent.
Yeah. Probably, yeah.
It's like basically money under the table.
Yeah, it's like you can.
I think it could be outside the soft cap. Like, I'm not sure.
Well, the AFL made a one-off agreement. Like, you can't do this with other players who, you know, have. If Harry, you know, tried to sell his jersey that he had 54 touches in, would that be allowed? Would he be allowed 100% commission? Probably not. So, I'm not exactly sure how it works, but it's the same with the grand final. The players don't get full commission for their jerseys once they win.
More because he said he'll take the pay cut as long as you sort me out on the other.
That's what. Yeah, I agree.
That's
I agree.
Different to the who was it? She's getting 100% commission on the 54. It just sounds really dodgy. I don't know.
I agree, but it would be a loophole. So
yeah. Well, isn't there something against? Like, I know there was a few that were going on about how like the players were getting jobs after footy.
Yeah, but this is different. This is a one-off that the AFL has specifically agreed to. But yeah, you look at Chris Scott, who had another job on top of Geelong and was still being paid in the books for it, which is for sure not allowed. If you get accepted from the AFL to be able to do it, then there's nothing wrong with it.
Yeah, but 12 of those jumpers would be going for. I'm not sure.
A lot.
I'm saying, but like we're not talking about like probably like 100. We're talking about like a lot of money. We're
upwards of six figures.
Yeah.
According to
per jersey.
No, in total.
Per jersey.
Oh,
6 figures.
Mate, some people would pay 100K for a Pendlebury jersey.
You reckon?
Some diehard Collingwood fans, I reckon.
So he's going to make his 2 mil.
Eddie Maguire will buy one for sure.
I've seen game worn jerseys go for like 40K for some.
Yeah, that was grand final.
I don't see why they wouldn't be able to go for like 100K plus, especially Pendlebury, who's probably, arguably the biggest champion in AFL history.
It takes away from it that there's 12 compared to 1 or 2.
People won't think about that.
I reckon they will. It's not 1 of 1.
Yeah, well, I'm sure there'll be a variation in the price, but I reckon they'll. We're talking a lot of money.
I'm interested to see the figures after the game once they sell.
There you go. Predictions.
Quite fascinating. 250,000 in total.
Total.
From wine,
So
from
40.
merchandise, from jerseys, from other random shit.
Yeah. I reckon, it could be like $1 million all up with all the jerseys. The amount of diehard fans, maybe that's up, but it's Scott Pendlebury's. There will be some diehards. I think it'll be more than you reckon.
Yeah, it won't be me bidding on it, but we'll like to see who does.
Yeah, we'll see.
My shit data B is basically if you're an opponent of Gold Coast Suns at TO, why not just forfeit? They are 10-0 at TO Stadium since 2022.
It's pretty crazy.
You can't beat them there.
The Darwin Suns.
The Darwin Suns. How impressive is that?
It's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
10-0. I don't know what it is. Like, I guess it might be similar conditions to Queensland, bit dewy there.
Well, their second game is basically a free win already because they've had an extra week to acclimatise to the other team. But we spoke to Harry last week. He played there last year, and he said it's crazy the altitude, or you come off after your first 5 minutes and you're just completely gassed.
Wait, altitude? Are you sure?
Maybe not altitude,
No,
but the
just
humidity.
Humidity would be. I think you said it was like 32 degrees or something when it was there.
Yeah.
At night.
Yeah. I also think they have a strong indigenous culture, and they're probably more galvanized up there, and they go in with that competitive advantage, being from Queensland, and probably the AFL trying to help out the Suns with an extra couple wins a season as they do.
The Darwin Suns.
Ben Long is from there, I believe, and as is Joel Jeffrey. I believe they're both Darwin boys, so bit of familiarity for them. I think Stephen May was from there back in the day, but that was pre-2022, so not important at all. Effie, you got a shit that'd be on the spot here.
I'm gonna say shit that'd be a North fan.
Okay, why? I mean, I guess it's a lot of days of shit that'd be.
You've got all this hype around. They're up and coming, and they've won a few games. People are talking about finals this year. And like just looking at their wins this year, they haven't really, and looking over the last few years, I know they're a growing side and they've got a lot of talent coming through, but they haven't really had a big win from what I can remember in the last 4 years. Even these clubs, which are up and coming, they have these big wins here and there. Like I know they're not they're not doing as bad as some teams, but just looking through, they've beaten Port Essendon, Carlton, Richmond. But
that was a big win against Richmond.
Against Richmond,
was it?
So I haven't. I was like the last few weeks. I was sold on them. I thought their boys were starting to show up. They've brought in some senior people, and
they've all been pretty good. Like
they've all been
Parker,
good.
Daniel, and Darling have been good.
That's why they haven't won a game in 4 weeks. And I remember after the Richmond game, they're going pretty well, and it's pretty disappointing that last month didn't. Well, I guess they got close in the Sydney GWS game, but they got Gold Coast and Freo, which hopefully they can do something there. But it's pretty disappointing considering there's all this hype around them. Like I said, they are a young team, but if I'm a North fan, I'm really hoping they getting something going. That Gold Coast, I reckon they'll win that Gold Coast game. I don't think Gold Coast go.
Wait, so they've got Gold Coast and Freo next. Then they go to Perth for West Coast.
Freo is in Perth.
Okay, and then they've got West Coast, Richmond, Essendon, Port. That should be 4 of 4. If they're as good as we think.
They did 3 out of those 4 at the start of the year.
Yeah. I know, but
it's the same rotation.
I reckon. I'd want them to be getting at least one of the next 2 for sure.
Purpose?
I don't know, but that's such a soft fixture.
Yeah.
They have West Coast, Richmond, Essendon,
I think that's done on
twice.
purpose.
Definitely, the fixtures completely.
Some more hype.
Completely.
And like that Geelong game, they just fell apart. That was just so hard to see. I know they're young, but I really hope they can win one of these games. Not the Richmond or the West Coast game, but beat a Freo or a Gold Coast in the next few weeks. Or then they got a tough end of the year, Collingwood, Melbourne. So we'll see.
Hit the nail on the head there. Whilst I'm not a North fan, we're obviously Harry fans, so we follow it pretty closely. I tipped them, and to watch that second quarter, hopefully you put it down to just
10 goals or something?
13.
13 goals.
13 goals. Record.
I think it was 13 in a row. I'm not sure if they were all in the same quarter. They might be.
Hopefully you put it down to just a mulligan. But yeah, as a I don't want to say fan, but yeah, as an avid North watcher, it was a pretty tough watch.
It was, and they need to take a scalp. I'm totally with you. They've done. When was the last scalp they took? I don't really count that Melbourne game last year as a scalp, given we finished 14th.
And you talk about no more honourable losses. They've had a lot of them. They drew with Brisbane last year. They got close this year. Almost beat GWS, but that one they were stiff with the arc in the last couple of minutes. But yeah, you just got to get that reward for effort. And
time for a scalp. I agree.
Yeah, I like it.
When was the last time North beat a team that finished in the top 8 that year? I don't reckon that. I reckon it could have been 5 years. Unless I'm missing something.
So Gold Coast, they were going all right 2024 when they didn't make it in the end.
Did Freo make it the final?
Finished 5th last
in 2023.
Nah, they didn't
5th
make it.
last.
Wow.
We got pick 5 from them.
It would have been like Richmond 2022, that game where they the Lee Adams game. It was before Shees.
Lee Adams was still around in 2022.
No, the coach when he was coaching.
Yes.
Remember that was when Noble went and they brought in. Do you remember that game? They kept missing, and then and then Richmond went on to. I reckon that was the last time.
There you go.
And
We'll
for
photograph
those
memory.
listening, this is just a little bit of what we're going to be getting later from the photographic memory man.
Speaking of Cheffy, he also had a good win on the weekend.
Did he?
Yeah, for Ajax.
Oh yeah, it was
Pretty solid
good.
against Williamstown.
They're a good side, and
Yeah,
we're going all right.
Was it
3-2.
Yeah.
So what are we? Third, second?
equal second, I believe. There's about 4 teams in the league that are 3 wins. So
And then Frosty this
Sam Frost next week, Chase.
And Frost.
And Dean.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Get down.
And
Oh
Dean.
yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, Chase and
Melbourne Hawthorn.
yeah.
I'm an Hawthorn.
And Giants.
That'll be big.
Yeah.
Hopefully we go all right.
Surely he dominates.
Yeah, I feel like he's a
got-
specimen.
I don't
Well,
know.
he's fresh out of the league as well. How can you not?
He's
Go on,
probably
boy.
like 196 and can
Mate,
run.
you don't need to.
and
It's the same with
strong.
like NBA players.
I always thought he was like one of the scariest players. Like just size.
You're gonna have to
and
match
speed.
up on him.
Yeah, I'm dead.
Nah, wait, where is he playing?
He's
Forward or
playing.
back?
He's playing forward. He wouldn't
Okay,
be-
so
he wouldn't
Elliot or
Oh.
Nat Noah.
be- Toby Lipton.
Oh yeah, true. Toby Lipton always
Not
gets
Elliot,
done
Toby
dirty.
Lipton.
Yeah.
Elliot.
Jeez, yeah, he's
Instead of this. Nah, it'll be Toby Lipton. You gotta have like a big boy, but he hasn't kicked. He's kicked like a goal a game or something, like maybe a couple. So.
But it was a good win. It looked fun out there on the weekend. You enjoy it?
Yeah, it was good. The young boys are, I'm surprised why Jetty's not on a, Jethro's not on a VFL list. He's a gun. He's the best player at Ajax.
Pretty crazy, hey?
Yeah.
How'd you go personally? What would you rate your?
Kick 1 goal 3 and
Sure,
not
we
great.
won goal 3 in the end.
1 goal 3, yeah.
I remember you were over the top for a nice one just to seal the deal.
Yeah,
at
got
the
the
end.
cheat one. Yeah.
Very good. Right time.
from the fans. We've got a few questions here. We'll start with Zach. His pet peeve is Oppo players holding up the mark, the guy that takes the mark, should be 50 every time.
Agree.
Yeah, I agree. He was big on this during
Especially
the game.
when the player is on the ground after a mark and they put their arms on them to hold them up. I think that should be an instant 50.
Yeah.
Professional
allowed to obstruct them.
footballers, they know the rules inside and out. They know exactly what they're doing when they're trying to prevent players from like taking advantage.
Did you guys see that Davidson one in the Carlton game?
Yeah.
That
Well, he
was-
gave away 50. Yeah. That was
I'm
dumb.
saying like that was just, was that Mayo? Or that was one of the stupidest things I've ever seen from the.
I agree.
Davidson.
And
That
he
was
was,
one of the dumbest. I was watching. I'm like, what is he doing?
What do you do?
He just threw him to
Bizarre.
the ground after a mark.
Yeah.
And it was also a critical time of the game, so each their own.
Doc Davidson, you might need to go back to the books, study med again. Or whatever. Is that what he's studying?
Yeah.
you'd hope he doesn't have to start again.
Why would he have to start again?
I don't know how it works. They're pretty strict. You can't take a gap year in your first year.
Sure, there's some compensation for the professional athletes.
I don't think he'll be staying around long. He's a very average player.
Yeah, he had such a good
Chase
year
was
last
bullish
year.
on him last
He had
year.
31 touches against Carlton last year.
Yeah, but I watched that game and I was like, it was one of those games where I walk out, I'm like, what? I didn't realize this guy touched the ball.
Fair enough. Yeah, he's had a
Zero
pretty
impact.
down year. Former colleague Aaron O'Hara, when will North be good?
Oh.
With Aaron, I don't know, man. Like, it's coming. It's coming slowly.
Yeah,
McKercher, O'Sullivan.
you're surprised because the people that brought in, the players that brought in are like unbelievable. Like the talent they've gotten, they've hit them all perfectly. Like O'Sullivan's an absolute freak, and
He's getting better by the week.
that's why I was
He's
so
really
surprised when I saw they haven't had a proper win. They've lost their last 4 in a row because it feels like they're playing better than that. Obviously, before last week Adelaide was terrible, but it's they've got so much talent. It's very very interesting.
Very. Because, their players are actually starting to come on. Trembath on the forward line.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about
Ombun, O'Sullivan, McKercher, and Harry and LDU doing their thing. Sherry's been a bit inconsistent, but you don't really rely on your ruckman too much. So, yeah, come on, North. I think it's time to take a scalp, and this is probably the week to do it against Gold Coast at home, is it? Against Marvel?
Gold Coast don't like Marvel. Damien
They
Hardwick
don't. They don't.
hates it.
Richmond beat them there last year, actually. Stiglitz.
Yes.
Josh Fraser?
Yeah, the Carlton coach.
Josh Fraser.
Yeah.
He's written Fraser as in Joel.
Ah,
That's why I got confused. Josh, we can't spell Stiglitz on this. There's no excuse here. There's no excuse.
He's doubled down.
Nah, his excuse is that it's
what
too
about
small to spell. Fraser and Fraser are two different words. Yeah, he's gotten confused.
He's only in year 8.
Sorry, I'm sorry. What did he say actually?
Come on.
First game was a fluke and Carlton only played for Voss. What? What does that mean? Carlton only played for
In
Voss.
spite, or maybe try to get back at him.
Yeah,
Someone else said that at the game. I don't think that's how it works. But we are a very
Stop
emotional
that
side. I
guy.
think it was more just we're an emotional side, and
What do you reckon Michael Voss was doing during the game?
I probably
Watching or nah?
I don't know.
probably was.
Like on TV, like at home and
Or like
couch.
go out somewhere, just
No,
check
you
the scores?
I doubt he was able to watch the last quarter. That would have been pretty hard to watch, and I reckon he was pretty upset.
Maybe he was in like one of those rage rooms where you get to smash everything.
Did you guys see his interview with I think it was
Damo?
Yeah, with Damien Barrett. He was very he was quite hostile towards Carlton with a few things.
Really?
From what I remember. But
Well,
a lot of the things he said.
I've heard he was forced out. It wasn't mutual.
Yeah.
And then they made it seem like he left
On his own
in a
terms,
mutual agreement after. But yeah, apparently he was told before Brisbane, this is your last game.
Yeah, I mean, like I don't know what happened, obviously, but he spoke about the Doherty thing, which I thought was pretty pretty bizarre because I don't know what your takes on it was, but the Doherty thing was so ridiculous how they made it put so much spotlight on it by they banned him from the club or the event after the Richmond game. And it's just like it is a comedy of errors with Carlton, so it was just another problem in the many that we've got. But for him to bring that up in the interview, I thought, I don't know if Damien Barrett brought it up, but it was pretty, I don't think that was the best idea.
And they put the
didn't make him
Subway
look great.
Surfers underneath.
Yeah.
Yeah. What was that?
I don't know.
Apparently it makes you watch the video for
It
longer.
does,
but
but it's
Such brain rot.
like I don't mind it, but why do it with that video? Like,
Yeah.
what a
Subway Surf.
I wonder who
What
one
was it?
You know how you see like reels or something?
Yeah, with
they've
the
got
Subway Surfers.
Someone's playing a game under to
Yeah.
keep you concentrated. They had that.
if that's the rate we're going, which
Yeah,
it
they're
looks
trying
like
to
we
cater
could.
towards
On like what post?
Channel 7.
No, so the AFL posted on Instagram a video of Damo
With the
interviewing
Subway Surfers.
Voss with half of the video being someone just playing Subway Surfers.
What about Carrick like that and Forgotten Stars?
I didn't see
saying
it.
Subway Surfers. Very
That's
good.
so now they've just given up. They've been like, okay, well, we have to do that, otherwise no one's gonna. They're probably seeing that people are watching like the first 5 seconds and just
Yeah.
scrolling. Yeah.
But in terms of society as a whole, I think it's scary if that's
Yeah.
what's going to have to happen. A serious video of someone's just lost their job, and the only way to get people to watch the full 2 minutes
Yeah.
is to put Subway
A
Surfers in the
game
video.
from 14 years ago.
Yeah,
It was a good game. It was.
It is entertaining to watch.
Next, we're going to do flappy golf, is it?
It does keep you entertained.
No, it's probably got something to do with like your mind.
It's
You're
too
just
bored.
yeah.
People are too bored these days. They can't just watch a video. They need it. Like I'm always watching stuff on like 2.5 times speed now. I can't.
I really try not to.
Yeah, it's not good. It's
Yeah.
terrible. But it does keep you entertained.
People are probably listening to us on 1.5
I don't
too.
mind that. That's fine.
Yeah.
Maybe on to you when you speak. Nah, sorry.
Not Effie.
Yeah. Am I speaking pretty?
Fast.
Nah, generally
It's fine.
like that.
No, it's good. Yeah.
Couple more from Sam. Who do Essendon build their team around for the rebuild? I think it's a pretty obvious answer if you watched the Essendon game, which most probably didn't. Summerhouse, Sully Roby. He's the man to build the team around. He looks like he's been playing already for 2-3 seasons. He's a big boy, and he just matches it with the best. Like, goes up against Sarong, Brayshaw, doesn't care, kicks 2 goals, 20-odd disposals. Last week against Toby Green, matched him as well, especially in the last quarter. And it's crazy to think he wasn't on any of the recruiters' radars until midway through, over halfway through last year. So
Where'd he go? What pick?
he went early, like he went picks
9?
Nah, I think like 6.
Oh, okay.
I think
Yeah.
6. I picked 7 or 8, maybe. I don't know. It was the first of Essendon's picks. But yeah, he's a freak. He's a good player. So definitely him, and also Dyson Sharp as well. If he comes back, he knows how to play in the midfield. From Noah, is Kingsley now the most under pressure coach?
If he was in Victoria, he'd be under a lot of pressure. I think they have been hard done by without Sam Taylor, who's one of the most underrated players in the comp.
I'm Green.
Yep, Tom Green obviously gone for the season. and-
Hogan's been.
That shouldn't cause all this.
No,
Just a
it
Tom
shouldn't.
Brady
But GWS typically are slow starters. So let's see how they finish. But I think he's done a pretty good job with GWS. So
I think he
I'd
did.
keep him around. I don't know. Like it's a different culture there. To change coaches seems like it would impact the group a lot. just because they're more of that family culture. They're all mates. They all have to go live up there together. I think there are broader implications than just the win-loss for GWS, but they are under pressure.
They do have that winning culture. Like the players, it's not like Carlton where people come and they, almost ruin their careers the moment they walk in. I'm exaggerating bit. I'm exaggerating a tiny bit. But like
Zach Williams,
I agree with you. They do start very slow. I didn't think about that. Like 2023, they went on like everyone was talking about Carlton, but they went on some crazy run as well, GWS, because they were similar to us. But yeah, I mean, their next 7 weeks are pretty bad. They got Brisbane, Melbourne, Carlton, Brisbane, Melbourne, St Kilda at Marvel, Hawthorn, Freo, and Geelong. So they could really fall to 3 in, or how many wins? 4 and what is that? 11 or 12. So, but they always do. They are slow starters. So I hope they're able to turn around.
Well, I just think Kingsley is under pressure because from where GWS came from, so you got Leon Cameron. I don't know if this is documentary bias, but you've seen some of the sprays that Leon Cameron has dished out, and now you've seen some of the sprays that Adam Kingsley's dished out.
Definitely documentary bias.
Yeah.
It's always GWS you see.
But Kingsley looks like he's a bit of an angry man when you look at him. And
Little money grab.
Like, how many times can you go back to the well and give a spray to the boys? Like, he would have done it 8 times this year if that's what he continued to do when they were playing poorly, because they've been poor. They've had some pretty poor halves. And surely you would have thought he'd give another spray. But how many times can you just keep doing that until the players it's not really getting much out of the players. They didn't respond. So maybe it is time for a new voice. I don't want to sound like a soft fan, but the game is getting a bit softer in terms of the relationship with your coach. Look at Craig McRae. Look at Stephen King. Apparently, he tells the players they can do whatever they want, pretty much, and he won't yell at them. Is that the way? Do players now respond better to a softer coach?
Yeah, I'm just looking at the injury list now. They do. I disagree. I think they'll be all right. If they don't make finals this year, I think they'll turn around and they have lost Tom Green. I know that can't be the reason for how poor they've been this year. But they do have quite a large injury list. They've got obviously Josh Kelly, who's quite pivotal for them. I know he's a bit older, but that leadership that he provides is you saw him in that final last year when he kind of got them back into it with some big moments. I think they'll be all right. I think it's quite a knee-jerk thing to say. I understand where you're coming from, but I don't think what he's done for the club. I think, when did he get there? 2023? 2020? I think, 2023, and they've made finals 23, 24, and then last year they missed out. Yeah.
They lost to Hawthorn in the first
Sorry.
week.
Yes, they did make the final. So they've had a pretty good run. I think they'll be all right.
Okay, fair enough. Last one from Aiden Karp was, is Hugo Garcia the most underrated player in the competition? And I think he has actually a fair point. He's a good player, Hugo Garcia. Watched him yesterday. He's quick, and
he's certainly up for it. I know it's a low bar to say, but he's a proper AFL player. Weird way to put it, but there were some of his first couple years I wasn't quite sure about him. I drafted him in my fantasy team thinking he was the next one up, and he seemed like he was just a good tackler, and that's about it. But now he looks like he's found his feet, and I reckon he's underrated. There are probably more out there to be the most underrated player, but yeah, Saints fans probably feel like he hasn't got any limelight and deserves it. So fair enough.
There it is. Hugo Garcia, he's a player. Now, Charlie, it appears that you do have some photographic memory. And I wanted to put it to the test. Because, are you lying?
Yeah.
Can we name the Carlton games from 2020? We will name the Carlton games from the 2020. I can't speak at the moment.
We will name the games from Carlton 2012 and see how you go answering them.
You're going to name the score from every Carlton game from 2012.
Oh, every game? No.
Well, let's see how we go. I'm going to pick a random game, all right?
Pick a random game. I can't.
All right, random game.
All right, we'll see how we go.
Round 11.
Oh, first time put it. Round 11, yeah.
Yeah.
2012.
2012. Do you need the opponent?
Nah. Oh, I mean, maybe. I got to think about it. First time being put under the pump. Round 11. That was Geelong
Correct.
on a Friday night. 97-85.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. That's crazy.
Yeah. That was when I remember because I remember what was going on at that time. We started off that year really well, and then we just fell apart in missed finals.
This explains why you're studying Eng.
Yes. Yeah.
Round
Financial
2.
maths, yeah.
Round 2.
Yeah. Round 2, 2012. Yeah. Yep. That was Brisbane. 154 to 63 on a Thursday night. And Eddie Betts took some weird mark, I remember. Some really good.
Spot on.
Yeah.
Wow,
Big win for Carlton. I guess Brisbane weren't great back in the day. All right. Dean, you can pick a random round.
I'm going to pick round 15.
Oh, we're doing 2012 still.
2012,
Yep,
all 2012.
Round 15. That was against Collingwood. We beat them twice that year. I don't think we've ever done that. And it was 85 to 62 on a Friday night.
Oh, my
Yeah.
God.
Yeah.
Spot on.
My turn.
How old are you in 2012?
I was year 3, so I would have been, I don't know, 9
Picking
years
your
old.
nose.
Wow.
Yeah, I would have been picking my
What about round 18 that year?
round 18 was Richmond. It was the Brock McLean game, and it was 95-91.
Spot on.
Yeah.
Spot on.
Very exciting, yeah.
Do you know any other years or just
Yeah,
2012?
I know all the years
All right.
since 2012.
All right. 2013.
Yeah. I reckon
Round
everyone might be a bit bored of it now.
round 19.
2013, round 19. I'm bound to get one of these wrong soon. 2013, round 19. Jeez. Was it North? No.
Not
Oh, God. Hold on.
I'll give you a pass.
I'll get it. Hold on. Was it Freo?
Fair.
Yeah. It was 106 to 80. Sorry, 116 to 80.
Yes.
Oh,
Yes. he's
wow.
correct.
Yeah, North. I remember we had a good win against them.
No notes, no prep before the show. For
What if I
those
just
listening.
ask you like 2018? Will you know it?
Yeah, but I'm sure. I don't think. I think people have ran out of.
No, because
No,
he'll
they're
clip
impressed.
this into
All right. Ready? I'm going to go 2017.
Don't use the one before then.
2017.
Yeah, 2017.
Round 6.
2017 round 6. Yep, that was 2017 round 6. That was Sydney
Yep.
at the G on a Saturday, and we won. I just can't remember. Oh, God, can't remember the score exactly. Something like it was.
Ooh, you got him.
I don't know.
All right. I'm going to have to give a cross. It was 97-78.
97-78, yeah. All right,
Jeez.
there we go.
So when I asked Charlie about this impressive thing he's got,
Yeah.
he basically said, "I think I'm a bit washed. It's the only party trick I have."
Yeah.
So if you ever see Charlie at a party, go ahead and ask him a random year, and I think he'll gladly answer.
Yeah, well, as you
It is
say,
a
I don't
pretty
know
cool
them
party
all.
trick.
Don't know, but I generally know the team because I just used to just watch all the highlights, and I guess when you're that obsessed with it, you just remember them.
Fair enough. Quarter footy, Brodie? You
Yeah.
on this week?
Yeah.
So we got 3 of us.
I'm happy to give it a pass because
All right. So you want me
Chase
to go up
sat
against
out
Effie?
the other week.
All right.
Yeah.
So, Bro, you want to explain the segment?
Quarter footy is basically a defense. You have a defense attorney and you have a
Prosecutor?
prosecutor. I will give either a player, a team, or something topical in the AFL at the moment, and the defense has to defend as to why they think their reason is the better option compared to.
Okay, let's rock, paper, scissors.
All right.
And then the winner gets to choose whether they want to defend the statement or
Support
prosecute.
it.
But
First
typically
round is
you want to
30
defend.
seconds, so you argue for 30
Sorry,
seconds,
if you want to, yeah, okay.
and then the second round is 15 seconds.
All right, ready? On shoot?
Yeah.
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
All right.
So I get to defend the statement. Now, Brodie,
Yeah.
what is it?
We touched on this a few weeks ago. We said I believe I said that Gold Coast will finish ahead of Sydney, and at the moment Sydney is first and Gold Coast is fourth.
Okay, so we're gonna go on it again.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna say Sydney are gonna finish above Gold Coast. So you need to present your arguments on the spot why Gold Coast are gonna finish above Sydney.
3, 2,
Charlie, you're starting.
Oh, I'm doing Gold Coast, but
Yeah.
I thought, okay.
3, 2, 1. Let's go. You got 30 seconds.
Sydney generally do start off pretty well. I think they have had a couple. Actually, they've played pretty well to start. They have a couple tough games coming up, and I think the Charlie Curnow addition wasn't exactly what they thought it would be. In that banged up Carlton forward line, he obviously looked a bit better than he was, and they have had a couple wins in the last few weeks where the last 3 weeks could have gone. Oh.
3, 2, 1. Chase.
Well, Sydney already above Gold Coast with a couple extra wins. They've only lost one game, which was against Hawthorn. They're just the best team in the competition at the moment. Maybe with Freo, I only see them dropping maybe 1 or 2 games to potentially Freo away. You look at their fixture, they play predominantly bottom half teams. They have Brisbane and Freo away, which are only 2 tests. If they lose those 2, they'll still finish in the top 2. So I think this is an easy one for Freo to beat Gold Coast. And Gold Coast aren't looking that great at the moment, to be honest.
Yeah.
15 seconds in 3,
Oh,
2,
yeah, more.
1, go.
I mean, it is. I see where you're coming from, but I think looking at their last 3 weeks, it's slowly about the wheels are about to fall off, and we're going to see some losses against Geelong, and they'll lose to Geelong, and then it'll slowly fall.
Chase, go.
Well, I've got 15 seconds to just say that I apologise that you were given this because it was a tough one on the spot. But no, I think it's pretty easy. They're Sydney are looking pretty good. Heaney's one of the best mids in the comp. Warner, McInerney's having an All-Australian season.
Thank you, boys. Dean, you want to choose a winner?
Yeah, it's certainly tough, isn't it? What do you think?
These guys do it every week.
Chase won that one.
I felt bad because it was a tough one.
I thought I was
Solid.
I thought I was going to explain why Sydney are going to.
No, I think the time got to you. I think you would have mounted a good case, but we'll give it to Chase. I think his analysis was just slightly better. But yeah, I do it most weeks, and some weeks are easier than others. Obviously, yeah, being the prosecutor is usually harder, especially when Sydney are higher already.
Yeah.
Tipping.
Let's get to the tipping competition. So
finally a tough week before the week prior.
Tough week. So let's look at the round 10 winners, and we have Nadav, my cuz, actually. Yeah,
she got like 9 out of 9 or something.
She did when she came on. So
she'll be listening. Shout out.
A lot of 7. So
that week.
She's like, let's go Richmond or something.
Yeah. Nadav got 7, but so did Adam, friend of the podcast, Shustinator. Bailey Klinger, another cousin. Gee, the cousins are racking him up. Also got 7. Shosty with 7. Kazi's 2 cents. Do you know who that is?
No.
Not sure. Oscar G. And Jordan Rose. Dean.
Oscar G.
Shout out.
Brother of Pong.
To all the 7s. It was a tough week. I think I got 5.
I had 6. And then we have a new winner. So Chook has been toppled.
Dethroned.
And he wasn't happy about it. He let me know in the DMs. Dossa Carp, Aiden Carp, also a friend of the podcast, moves to first place with 71 tips. And then we have 4 on 70 with Leo Kawadlo, Chook, Daniel Hyman, and Jake Rebel, who just he's knocking on the door, Jake. He's always up there. But a tough week, only 5 for him. And a couple of others in the 5. You got Ned at 5, Bailey at 6, Eden Cohen at 7, Sonny at 8, Maor at 9, and 10, Sam Harrer. So it's pretty tight at the top.
Yeah, you're doing well.
I'm at 13. Where are you, Dean?
I've had a big drop.
Yeah, no good. 31.
I got 4.
No good from me. All right, let's go through the games. Some big games, some not so big games.
Big ones, yeah.
What? Thursday night, Brodie?
Yeah, Thursday night we've got Crom versus Hawks. This is in Tassie.
Bizarre.
I was just about to say that. Bizarre for a Thursday night game to be played in
Tassie. It's going to be cold. It's going to snow.
Yeah, I mean, it is an interesting time, but I guess it's prime time. To an extent.
Hang on, do they have lights in Utah
Nah, they
Stadium?
don't. They're going to be playing in the dark this week, actually.
No, they do, but they did have that issue one year where it was too dark and they had to move the game forward.
Really?
Half the stadium is under construction, so I reckon there'll be about 4,000 people there
Jeez.
for your standalone Thursday night
What a
game.
waste of a good game. And I think Melbourne play Hawthorn there as well in a few weeks.
Yeah.
Or
Who
later in the
tipping?
year.
I think Hawthorn in Tassie.
Hawks.
Hawthorn, it's not.
Carl Hudden Cup.
It's kind of really absurd conditions playing in Tasmania.
I'll go Hawks. I think they'll bounce back. Is Gunston back?
Not sure. I think a test.
And then Friday we move to the Battle of
When was the last time they lost at UTAS?
Hawthorn. Dean?
Oh,
Yeah.
nah.
You're the
I
boy.
wouldn't. I wouldn't know.
Yeah, they go very well there.
Yeah, we've had a draw.
Surely like a few years ago when you weren't that good, you were losing some games there.
Maybe. I don't know.
But
I
you
don't have the
still,
memory.
I remember like 2022, you
We
guys still
still-
won games there.
yeah.
You still were very good.
So the double up on a Friday night, and it is the Battle of what, sorry?
Yeah. So
Dream time at the G.
Richmond versus Essendon.
Yeah.
Is it? Oh, it's the dream time. I didn't. Friday night.
Gosh, I'd love Richmond.
And they've
to
got the
win
double
that.
up again. So Freo play St Kilda,
Yeah,
which
who are our
like
tips?
which might be actually a good thing. It could save the Friday night, but like going into the year, dream time of the G, you probably want that as a standalone game.
Who you
Hey,
tipping?
Very conveniently just
I
happen
don't
to have
know.
the 2 Fridays.
I'm going Richmond and
Essendon.
Freo.
I'll go Essendon.
I think it's a bad look to see these two clubs at the bottom of the ladder. These, I will tip, but these clubs would bring in great coin for the AFL if they were both in the top 10 on a Friday night. And yeah, once again, I think because of the AFL's decision to really promote the other teams in northern states, you have the byproducts of the big Melbourne teams being down the bottom and not being able to work their way up. And I think Essendon will win.
They're
Matt D Cup.
one.
Yes, Matt D plays for Old Melburnians.
There you go. Yep. Next one, Brodie, the Ross Lyon Cup.
No, sorry, it's Uni Blacks.
Wait, who'd you tip?
I tipped Freo and Richmond.
Oh,
Okay,
Yeah.
Freo straight away. Haven't got into it, but yeah, I think I will tip Freo as well.
Oh.
Dean, everyone Freo? Anyone St Kilda?
well, I didn't tip. I'll go Richmond and I'll go St Kilda. Yeah,
St Kilda.
yeah. I think they're in for a.
Actually,
Big
I agree.
win.
I'm going Saints.
Whoa,
Yeah, I think
that's
Freo-
crazy. No Naz.
Yeah.
They beat Richmond like
No Naz. I'll still go St Kilda.
wow.
I thought he was back. What is he? 2. I thought.
Still another 2 weeks
Another
away.
two.
Oh yeah, it was
Saturday?
I'll
Let's go
go.
Saturday.
I'll go Freo. Brodie, you know Wilkie's back.
Why don't you
Yeah.
play Wilkie in your fantasy team this
Go
year?
over it after.
I will
Okay.
say though, Freo, they generally when they get a bit of excitement about them and a bit of pressure builds up, they
They
Yeah.
routinely crumple. Like
They do,
there's
they
so
do.
I can see this going. I can see St Kilda
But I
coming
think
out
it's a
here.
bit different for them this year.
See if they whip out that Wharfy time stuff again.
They probably won't need it against St Kilda. This is the most 1:15 Saturday game
Yes,
that you can put together, I reckon.
it's Marvel.
This
Yeah,
next
it's not.
one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They wouldn't put 2 games.
North
in.
v Gold Coast.
The Aaron Hall Cup.
Yeah, I'm going Gold
Let's
Coast.
just thin them out.
I'm going North.
Greenwood as well.
You're going North.
I'm going North.
Gold Coast.
But
Gold
even
Coast.
if they win this, it's not a scalp. It's
I think it is. 100% it is. Against
Definitely,
Gold Coast.
definitely.
But Gold Coast love just handing out these club-changing wins at Marvel. It's not really.
Yeah, they do. They do.
It's not a. I wouldn't look too much into it, but North will win.
I would definitely look into it. It's Gold Coast.
Well,
they're a pretty
Last
good team.
time North beat Gold Coast, they cost themselves Harley Reid. End of 2023. All they had to do was lose, and Nick Larkey kicks 9, and then they moved to picks 2 and 3, and in that they get Dersma, and yeah, the world could have been
How good
different.
was Harley as well yesterday?
Yeah, when he's up and about, gee, one of the more exciting players. I'll tip Gold Coast, but I want North.
Geelong versus Sydney. Great game.
This is a game. This is a real game.
It's at GMHB. I'm
It
gonna go
is.
Geelong.
Which is probably going to make me tip Geelong. I still have doubts over Sydney for some reason, even though I just pumped them up in the debate.
Probably the MCG failures.
Yeah, it's the MCG failures. It's
Play on a tiny ground.
just that Geelong are just so much easier to trust. So I'm going to tip Geelong.
Geelong.
Yeah, Geelong, but probably the hardest tip of the year.
Yeah. Yeah, I probably game of the round as well.
Collingwood. Collingwood versus West Coast.
Pendles.
Pendles.
Shout out to Pendles.
Milestone
Shout out
man.
to Shad Wellingham.
I'm going to go
Collingwood.
Pies.
pretty safe game to have Pendle's record-breaking game on. So
Well, yeah, they manufactured that themselves.
I'd love West Coast, but obviously,
can you imagine
unbelievable.
if West Coast win?
it's just they don't have it.
Absolute
There's no
scenes.
way. There is zero chance. It's Collingwood, but
Carlton v
Collingwood
Port.
wouldn't do that to their.
Yeah, there's just no
Club
way
champion.
Collingwood would do
I'll
that.
go
They're a real club.
Collingwood.
Carlton v Port.
So it's the only Saturday night game.
Oh, jeez.
So whilst the Collingwood West Coast game is on, the Geelong Sydney game is on. So that's not ideal
That's
either.
not ideal at all.
I'm going to go Carlton.
Port in Port. I'll go Port.
Yep, honeymoons only last a week. I'll go Port.
I'll go Carlton. We're a very emotional club, and we love to ride momentum. So if I wouldn't have tipped us last week, but now, there's a lot going on. I'll tip Carlton.
GWS versus Brisbane at GWS. I'm going to go Brisbane.
Yeah, Brisbane. Brisbane, they need to start their run pretty soon. Like, obviously...
I think they're just in cruise control.
Yeah, but how long can you be in cruise control for? Like,
They've done this every year.
Yeah.
I know, but
They
I'm just
leave it
saying,
late.
like, it still means at some point they need to get going.
I think round 10's still early.
Jeez,
Yeah.
I think it's about time they start putting it together. Brisbane for me.
I'll go GWS, bounce back.
And then the last game is Bulldogs versus Melbourne.
These dogs. Shout out to
These- yes.
Year 11 legal class.
Yes, these V
Out
Dogs.
to Gillard, Jacob, Ollie, Leo Reyes.
Orbach?
Not sure if he was in that class. And Mr. Martinez as well.
Yep.
That will make zero sense for you two.
Yeah.
I'll go Bulldogs.
And
Okay.
I was
I'm
thinking
going
of
Melbourne.
the 2021 grand final, but
No, it was actually round 20 in that year, which is like a D's Dogs game. It was our code word in one of our
I'll
Zooms.
go Melbourne. So, again, last game of the round at 3:15 on a Sunday. So,
I don't think we've
Are they
an
trying to,
earlier finish.
Are they again trying to get rid of that Sunday? Like they're trying to completely alienate the Sunday slot because it's like last week as well. It was pretty shocking. Like even though there was the 3 games instead of 2, they would have known going into the year that was going to be a terrible Sunday footy.
I don't know because sometimes, like the last couple of weeks, there was a 6:10, there was a 7:30 game. Now there's no game in the evening, so I don't know exactly what they're trying to do there.
Yeah, no idea.
sure.
Maybe they're just they're catering for the Friday and Saturday, and then whatever happens on the Sunday happens. Because the last few weeks has been terrible. Like looking at the matchups now,
Horrible.
it's not it happened to be a bad game. Like these, like the Melbourne Brisbane game was obviously good, but that was ages ago, and
Yeah.
that was quite. Yeah, that was
What was the game again? I forgot the game. It was that bad. No, I'm just checking out Melbourne.
it was a good game.
Melbourne Dogs. D's, but it's D's. I'm backing us in. Back in King Ball.
Dogs.
These.
Okay,
And
3v1.
Before we finish, my dad just messaged me asking if we can get some Pendles merch. So there you go. We're going to be contributing.
If you can get some handles,
You place a bit.
How much would you put up?
not like you can buy the
just like a top or
replica
something.
jerseys online.
You wouldn't buy a real one? You don't have a
Funds
100K?
for that.
Don't have 100K.
Is it real gold?
No.
Yeah, it should be.
Heavy.
It would be heavy.
God, imagine he gets like concussed or something. God, touch wood.
Yeah.
Like, you know, he wouldn't be going. He wouldn't be going back with a fly.
It's like he's off on the stretcher and they're just changing jerseys.
I'm saying, like, if I was him, I would not hit a single contest. I would try to get they'll probably play him like half back and.
Yeah, but you've already got the record. Like, just by being there, you got the record. If it was like 2 weeks ago, that's when you probably have to be a bit cautious.
Yeah, but there is a financial side to this now. You know, just stay on the whole game.
So
you'll get
enough.
your bang for buck.
Fair enough. Boys, thank you. Charlie, thanks for coming on. Welcome to the family.
Boys,
Yeah.
it's fine. Yeah,
It was
cheers.
great to have you.
Thank you. Yeah, love footy.
All right, thanks, boys. Thanks for listening.
Peace.